come to you from South Florida. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bulls guard Jay Williams. And Jay, it's Miami-Dade County. It's the land of D. Wade. It's a place unlike any other.
No doubt about it. Play every tonight on the court.
Opening tip won by the Heat, and we're underway in Miami. The crossover gets inside, and the slam dunk.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
To George. Ntilikina. To DiVincenzo. Has a look. Deep two there, won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
George to Ntilikina. Trying to cash in. Ntilikina with a shot, no good. Stuffs it down with authority. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
The pass set it all up. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively, he makes those clutch shots. It re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
He can't connect. Ntilikina with the basketball. 8-2 our score. They'll get it down low to Harrell. Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
I got ball. I got something for him.
Jay, sometimes it's not just the Heat that does it. Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
It down with authority. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
To Ntilikina. To Caldwell Pope.
Gotta get through the screen.
Driving right to the basket. Oh, straight down the middle, 4-2.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Ntilikina into the front court. 9-point margin. The drive right to the basket. And he'll go to the foul line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
And hits the first free throw.
Get it, shoot it again.
Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2.
Double team, double team, double team.
Count it.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Ntilikina with the basketball. They find themselves down 10. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
First one goes down.
Number 5, Jimmy Butler.
And gets both to drop at the line.
Good shot.
Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go. Deep three, at the buzzer.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you.
Defense, let's go.
Down to Labissiere. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Off the mark on his free throw. He cruises in for 2. Too easy.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Probing the defense. Driving right to the basket. Fires the 3. Off the mark. No good. Runner's good there.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
The Heat grab the board. Rocking the rim.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Great dish to set it up. Good. Off a spin.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Ah, the monster stuff.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
And scores.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Paul George. Down to Labissiere. Oh!
Just incredible timing on that swap.
Stuffs it down with authority.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Baseline drive. And scores. Strong take. Deep three at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter, and the Heat right now are feeling good. So the Heat will have it to start this fourth and final quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes a team is so good that you never had a chance to even start.
Ntilikina, deep left corner, fires the three. That one off the mark. It's no good. And the finish, slam dunk. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is, though.
Me neither.
All right.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Strong finish for Paul George. Now the Heat going to use a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Double. Come on. Trap. Got him.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Ntilikina into the front court. He'll run the offense.
Screen come on the left.
Here comes the screen. Paul George to DiVincenzo. Deep right corner, down to Labissiere. Wide open look, won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
To George. The jumper's off the mark.
Double team. Here we go.
Short jumper stays out.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
To Ntilikina, great feed. Tough-looking shot there, still gets it to go down.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
That's it, baby. Make it tough on him.
And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
Knocks down the first. Two for 2 on that trip. Clippers have the basketball. to Paul George. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. And he still can't find his range from deep. It's no good. Almost. Unlucky bounce.
After a miss like that, you at least have to rub your hands on your shorts. At least make it seem like the ball slipped.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Out of bounds, last touch by the Heat.
Screen coming left.
George does it. There's the follow. Scala BCR with the slam.
Okay, Scal, I see you. I didn't know you had that in you, man.
Got it. Desperation shot here from half court. The Heat with the victory as they win this one in blowout fashion. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Heat put their opponents away in a blowout. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. Check out the leading scores for the Miami Heat. The Clippers are no longer suffering through what was a big-time blowout. And every team in this league loses games. You just don't want to lose them like this. I can already see a players-only meeting in their future. The Clippers relied on these guys for their scoring here today.
Game track. Rebounds.
The Los Angeles Clippers lost the battle for rebounds. And in turn, they ended up losing the game.
Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special.